Welcome to the Faith Stories of Our Savior's Lutheran Church. Today we're talking to Linda Postel. Linda and Tom have been members here for many years, and Linda's been very involved in many different ways here at Our Savior's. She's been on the deacons team, she's been on WELCA for many years, the nominating committee, she's helped with funerals, she's quilted and cross-stitched the senior quilts. She's a very busy woman and has been here many times. So Linda, can you tell me about WELCA and what is this group? What is WELCA?
WELCA means Women of the ELCA Church, and that means all women, confirmed women of the church. We are involved in baby care kits. We send those to families that are in need, and not just in our country, but different across wherever they're needed is where these kits go. We do quilts. We do quilts. We have I think it's just two different circles now. We used to have more, but as the years have gone by, things have changed, so we don't have as many.
So the circles came out of WELCA.
Right.
And the circles are a gathering. Women can get together once a month to
do a Bible study.
And do a Bible study.
Right.
But circles came out of WELCA.
Well, I think years ago they were called something else. I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I can't remember what it is.
I guess I never even made that connection.
Okay.
And I would say the baby care kits have even been sent out during COVID.
Oh, yes, definitely.
So you haven't stopped that work, but you also do the fall
bazaar,
and that money goes to many different
organizations here in town. We try to keep it as local. The money that we distribute, we try to keep that as local as possible, but some of it, of course, we send money to Kikatiti, our school that we sponsor over there, and
it's a pretty amazing group.
It
is
is
so supportive of women.
Right.
And you had the chance to go to the national convention, and that's probably been 2 years ago?
Oh, I didn't get to go to the one that was in the cities the last time.
Oh, okay.
But I've been to Salt Lake City. I've been out to Washington. Can't remember the Spokane. I think it was in Spokane, and one other one. I've been to 3 different ones.
And they have speakers, and anyone's welcome to go.
Oh, yes.
Confirmed woman,
even
if they don't come to the welcome meetings,
right,
could sign up to go to these national gatherings that have. I haven't been able to go, but I've heard about them at various things, and I think, wow, what a great trip.
Oh, they're just so inspiring. I mean, you hear the stories of some of these women and men come and speak at it, and you have music, and you're dancing down the aisle. I mean, it is just, it's amazing, the different speakers that you have there.
Do you remember how many people would come to these gatherings?
Oh, years ago there were over 2,000.
Wow.
Over the years, it's gotten smaller, just like everything else.
Right.
There's so many things going on.
So many choices and everything.
Yeah. And
that's wonderful.
With the WELCA, part of our money goes towards helping a woman that would like to go to a national convention.
Oh, wow.
So, and then we have different regional, in our synod also, that puts on a women's gathering. They're not just the national. We have different ones.
Right.
Yeah. So there's usually one in the fall and one in the spring. And like I said, part of the money will help a woman if they are in need of or to get there.
Right.
Because there's always a cost, of course.
Especially if it's, in Washington.
Right.
Or,
yeah. So there's always a cost. So we usually, the money that we raise, like on the bazaar, we always have coffee and rolls early in the morning, coffee cake, and that money goes directly to helping get to these different events that women put on.
That's wonderful. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's great.
So it is important, and the Bible study too. I mean, we usually gather once a month and have a Bible study. Of course, we have to have our coffee and dessert.
Well, that's very important for any
It is
gathering.
very important. So those are very interesting, and just a time to get together and further our faith.
And great friendships are made.
Oh, wonderful.
On the trips, and at these meetings, and then when you're quilting and when you're working on the bazaar, yeah, they're really, it's really important. It's about relationship. I've said that before. But so this might lead me into this. Has there been anyone in your life that's really been a mentor to you for your faith, or a role model?
Over the years, of course, I've had family, but when I first joined church here, I was still raising my kids and working, so I wasn't as involved. But since I've retired and a few years before, I got more involved in church activities. And the wonderful friendships I've come to know, there are two women in this church, Marla Zita and Phyllis Cosbob, and they are just so inspirational.
Right.
It's really hard to say no to Marla's.
Well, both of them have such a strong faith.
Their faith is just...
And they live that faith.
Every day.
Yeah, and you do as well. But it's wonderful to have people to look to and say, wow.
Exactly.
Someday.
Yep.
Someday I'm going to be more
if I
like
can
them.
be.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So they have meant...
Wonderful.
Well, there's many women in church, but those two really stand out.
Right. Well, that's wonderful. So has there been a time in your life when you've really had to lean on your faith? Or
there have been many times, but it's been 2 years ago this year that my husband, Tom, fell, broke some ribs, and he had some medical issues before then. But at that time, we had to decide if I could take care of him at home anymore. So that was a real challenge.
Such a hard decision, and so hard.
Yeah. And it's really hard on him.
Especially during COVID.
Yep.
I mean, even if it weren't COVID, it would be hard on him, but COVID's added another layer.
Right. So it's...
And for someone you love and who you care for, boy.
I do a lot of praying and asking God for guidance and strength.
Right, and to make those decisions.
To make the decisions.
Yeah.
So it was not an easy decision, but I know that he's being taken care of the way he needs to be taken care of.
Right.
But
I think that speaks to many people who are caregivers.
Yes.
And the timing of how to make that decision, what you're able to do, what you're, it's just really difficult. So I can understand the...
We knew that he, eventually it was going to end up that way because he has Parkinson's. And I had been doing as much as I could, and he could still get around pretty good. But when he fell, and he's a big man, and I just, that was the decision that we had to make at that time. So.
Yeah, that is a tough one. And thank goodness we have our faith, and we've got our friends that we can talk to about it, and they can help us through that. But it's still a very personal decision that you have to make.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite memory, either here at Our Savior's or when you grew up?
There are so many here at church but I don't think it's just one memory. It's just the memories that come back every day, or as we talk about things, they'll say, oh, I remember this, or I remember that. So it's not just one, it's just many.
And it's the people.
It's the people.
Right. And so someday
exactly.
we will all be together again.
Right. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Linda. I really appreciate you coming in and talking to us, and it was a wonderful faith message. Thank you.
Thank you.